If you're saying this, stop scrolling. Stop scrolling right now. Like, stop scrolling. Like, you cannot scroll from this. It's literally so important for your life. Okay, first, if you're a freshman seminar professor, you should just, like, give everyone an A on their final presentations. But B, if you're a new student, listen up. In case you didn't hear me, listen up. Okay, so I'm obviously talking to you, a new incoming student, and not my freshman seminar professor. That'd be ridiculous. I don't know where you even got that notion. But in case, you thought that, you might think that some of this is self-aware humor, like directly to the professor and not to you as an incoming student, and you're definitely wrong. Like, it's irrelevant that our assignment has to have 3 different sections covered in the presentation from, like, the letter we had to write, that, like, in this hypothetical, obviously this is untrue. And it's just, it, like, might be a funny joke if I said that, like, this is the introduction section, but that's not actually, like, what I'm presenting on, because that would be dumb, because, like, why would you present on the introduction section? So this is, like, bonus info. Like, you're about to get the 3 other sections too. But all of that's irrelevant because this is obviously to you, a new incoming student. Because, like, if I submitted this as an assignment and my professor didn't like self-aware humor, I'd be screwed. So, let's get into it. My name is Brendan Anderson, and I was an English major when I went to LSU Baton Rouge. I switched to LSU Shreveport this semester, and I switched to psychology, hated it, and I switched back to English recently. I feel like I should explain why there's eyeballs on my ceiling, because you might be like, why the expletive are there eyeballs on this dude's ceiling? This was my childhood bedroom, and my brother and I used to share it, and we threw eyeballs on the ceiling, and then, like, you can see where we tried to get rid of them, backwards, where we tried to get rid of them, but, like, it didn't work. They're still there. If you heard me yelling, that was my puppy. Do you want to see my puppy? Hi. Say something. You were just screaming at me. Alright, anyway. So first, with this flawless transition, I'll talk to you about my college transitions. Alexa, resume. Are you ready for it? I didn't even mean to make that happen. I just paused it right there and was like, this will be perfect when I took my shower. I love lamp shading. If you don't know what that is, that's what this whole video is. Alright, for legal purposes, my vehicle is not in motion. But yeah, so my college transition was wild. So I went to Catamagnet High School in Shreveport, Louisiana, and then I decided to go to LSU Baton Rouge because it was COVID. We didn't get to people get to, and I really hope you can hear what I'm saying right now because I'm on my car's Bluetooth. By the way, car not in motion for legal purposes. So then I went to LSU because I filled out one application, paid one application fee, and was like, no way in expletive am I doing this again. So then I got to LSU, horrible pick of a school for me at least, and a lot of my transition revolved around facing things that my mental health was preventing me from facing, like coming up with actual meal plans for your meals 3 times a day at regular time intervals, or like getting out of bed to go to class once in like 3 weeks, things I struggled with. But then I transitioned to LSU Shreveport. The 3 main things that made me transition were I needed a smaller campus. Second, I needed a more personable campus. Like, everything at LSU was so corporate, was so rushed, was so impersonal that I wanted something different. I do have to go to a public Louisiana university to get 100% tuition coverage and payment into my bank account by the military to go to school. So I did pick LSUS. Like, that was one of the reasons. But finally, I just wanted to be closer to home and just, like, I wanted a cheaper living arrangement, honestly, so that is what brought me here. And that transition, honestly, has been a lot better because a lot of the things that have changed for the better. So we at LSUS, my best example is, like, you're required to meet with an advisor every single semester. At LSU, if you want to meet with an advisor, it's impossible, and you get a 5-minute Zoom in 3 months. Like, that's how the transition has been to LSUS, but within that, because I do have more freedoms and more, like, resources available to me, I've had to sort of reawaken my high school study habits. At LSU, I could get away without studying, and in high school, I never studied unless I was in, like, a really hard AP class for, like, one specific test or something. So I've had to reawaken those, like, sort of specific skills all the time, but that's really good for my brain. Yeah. There's not a chance that this is under 5 minutes, but also, girl, I didn't hear what I said at the end either, but I definitely didn't just go get Whataburger. And my cat definitely isn't curled up for me, with me, helping me study for finals. Definitely not a personal anecdote. Anyway, point number 2. In terms of discovering the campus, I've interacted with the Student Success Center a little bit, just because, like, my group's interview was the Student Success Center, in addition to all the things we did in our class, and my brother works there, so, I spent a lot of time there just, like, seeing what they provided. I didn't ever use their, like, services myself, but they have a lot of good resources for you if you want, like, tutoring. And they, like, the tutoring is cool because it's, like, specific for your classes with your professors. Like, everyone teaching it has probably, like, taken that class before, or knows a professor, or knew, like, the student that became a professor or whatever. And there's a really cute cat, like, named Puppy, who wants to help me make my point more effective with cats. And humor, even though this is so dry. But also, I really appreciate the food bank. They worked with me to, you know, I have a friend who needed some food, but they don't go to LSUS, so they helped me to, like, kind of work the system so that I could help that person who also needed help, which is very cool of them. Very good resources. I won't talk about the deeds because they're, like, they told me not to talk about the deeds. Finally, plan for my next semester at LSU. I'm pretty excited about my next semester. I'm an English major. I'm switching from psychology back to English. I switched from English to psychology when I went to when I came to LSUS, and now I'm going to be an English major again. But if I said, by the way, if I said LSU in reference to anything LSUS, I apologize. I've had to say both in my, like, college career, and they're similar in, like, name. So I was only talking about LSU during the section comparing, like, LSU to LSUS. Anyway, proceeding. I think I want to join the Peace Corps after I get my master's in some sort of, like, linguistic-based study that's actually applicable to the modern age. I haven't quite figured out what that is, but I really like language. I also like music and agriculture, so I'm trying to figure out how to weave those things together for a master's. Once again, my name is Brendan Anderson, and this is Puppy. His name is actually Fromage, which is French for cheese, but I call him Puppy. And thank you for watching this Minecraft video. Actually, this is an assignment. It's a letter to you, person. So, wait, okay. And, so, like, obviously I'm not talking to the professor in my video. That'd be ridiculous. Why would you ever think that? But, like, isn't it, like, justifiable to, like, have this kind of, like, Gen Z humor in a TikTok per the creative medium for an incoming student, right? Like, isn't that, like, I think that's creative freedom. I'm not sure, though.